Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video here on a Sunday. I think I put it must be a Sunday. So I've been working Saturday afternoon on this particular project, which of course is the side quest guide spreadsheet that I regularly update. We do a Google Drive link in the description, which you can check out. And this one, look, I've freshened up a few things, like added in the top tips for the month, which I've never done for the last few months, so apologies about that. Also, solo event Mysterium tab has now been improved, so it kind of like looks a bit more tidier. Of course, it's got the Women of Power Objectives guide. And then the tab that we're going to be talking about in this video is this one right here, which is Trials Options and Trader Store. So I'm working on that still. The trial side of things, key champions to use in that particular quest, and also the Trader Store spend scenarios, which is the focal point of this particular video. I just want to give a shout out to everybody that you know supports this. You know, from a Google Drive perspective, this is the thing that always kind of like makes me kind of like want to do this and continue doing it. It's for you lovely people of the community. You know, to see people right at the top here regularly coming back to these spreadsheets and kind of vibing with them. That's the reason I want to, you know, continue making content and videos. So thank you very much to everybody that does regularly come back, you know, sees when there's a recent update, checks out these videos as well, because obviously I need the support on the channel by watching the videos. You know, I'm not saying like, you know, you have to watch every video, but it kind of like, it obviously helps out the channel that I can create these spreadsheets, and then we kind of like go back to and do both. So thank you very much, everybody. Okay, well, let's get right to business with the following. Right, click on the tabs, Richard. That's a good point. Okay, so put it better into shot. We're going to be doing in this video, and I will be zooming into each individual section. Go away, red arrow. We'll come back to you in a minute. So I've done this for the tab, which is Trials, Options, and Trader Store. This is the Trader Store part of it in the video we're going to accompany with it. So where do we begin? Okay, the various stores and how things add up. Now, even though that I've added things up the way I have, please note, right, this is, you won't be able to do this. You won't be able to purchase everything in the week. So here's an example. Okay, I'll just zoom in something to going to give you the bit of a perspective. Kabams say that once per week you get 27,000 of your Mysterium. Now, I don't know if that's 100% true, because it doesn't add up in the same way that things break down. We've covered this in another video, but be wary, because I don't know what's going on with that. The reason behind that, explain yourself, Rich. Okay, we'll explain ourselves. So Kabam said that in this post here, that it's 27 Mysterium per week, with the Mysterium store resetting their purchase limits weekly. Okay. But it didn't add up when we've kind of looked into it. And again, to re-explain that, when I took... where is it? Yeah. So you get 4 runs of the corrupted Krakoan flower, which, if you do, the flower allows you to do the Trials of Symbiosis, which is 12,000 Mysterium you get. 12,000 times 4 is 48,000. You get the amount of Krakoan flowers, which, you know, again, if I'm going to like add these up again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I'm not going to add more. Like, I've added them up multiple times. It's kind of like it's doing my nutting. But I make it that we have 28 runs at 70,000 plus 48,000 is 118,000 overall. That's how I make it, okay? But Kabam say you can only get 27,000 a week, so it's like, it's very, very confusing on that one. But what I've tried to do is kind of go with 118,000 being the amount that you get. So effectively, and again, get to the point, Rich, is this. It would cost you 50,000 if you bought everything in week 1 in the Valiant store. So that's no bueno. That's not going to work out. You can't have it that way. That's not how it goes, right? So you have to think about how you're going to buy stuff. The same thing when it comes to like different like progressions. So here's a, you know, we'll just get right into the action of it. Without further ado, I've created some scenarios. So some spend scenarios. These spend scenarios are based on, and I'm pretty certain I've done this, as lower than 27,000 purchased a week. So it gives you some extra Mysterium for your trouble. So if you want 60,000, if you're a Valiant player, I'm doing Valiant in this video, Paragon and Thronebreaker. I would have done Cavalier. It's just I've basically not wasted, but a lot of my Saturday afternoon has been taken up just kind of like calculating this stuff. So Valiant, first off, 60,000 6-star shards, 40,000 7-star shards. Sorry, 4,000. Let me ask 40,000. 4,000 7-star shards, 144 6-star signature stones, 5 tier 6 basics, 5 tier 3 alphas, 8 tier 2 alphas, and 2,800 tier what's it's called? It's called basic alpha fragments. I think it's meant to be tier 2. I'll just refer to it as tier 2. Maybe it's tier 3. That's tier 3. Tier 3 basic alpha basic alloy fragments for a price of 114,000 rune stones. The reason I'm giving it is with the leftovers is that next month you'll need the rune stone. So it's kind of like what I'm trying to do is help out to get you to the next lot quicker of the rune stones, which means you'll access Nightcrawler quicker. It's up to you if you want to spend those extra 4,000 Mysterium. I just don't know if it's wise to overspend or spend all of it or leave some back. So that's another kind of thing. So that's a 7-star shards and 6-star shards scenario right there. My next scenario is called Rank Up and Relics, which is there. You're buying, and all this should do, if I've again done the calculations right. Yes, that goes under there with the amount. I've put bundle 3 as a purchase in that one there, which comes to 29,000, which I think is fine because I think you save back. If I've done the totalization, yes, you get an additional 6,000, which will be fine by the end of that. And just very mindful about spending that 27,000 Mysterium a week. And it comes to a total of 116,000 Mysterium. Do bear in mind, it could be a case I've got it wrong, but I looked at the evidence and it racks my brain, but I'm Kabam are confusing at times with this stuff. But in any case, this scenario gives you 26 6-star signature stones, 7,500 6-star shards, 8 tier 6 basics, 8 tier 3 alphas. That's a lot more than you might think. 36 tier 2 alphas, 11,200 tier 3 basic alloy, 16 times 25% tier 2 alloy, 16 times 50% tier 5 catalyst selector. So in a nutshell, 8 overall. And that one would be 4 tier 1 class alloys that you get to select. 15,000 5-star relic shards, that's quite a bit. 180,000 tier 5 basic fragments, which is 4 formed, and 3,220 tier 2 basic alloy fragments. So that gives you an idea if you're into that particular scenario. Okay, moving on now to Paragon players. Do you have anything like nice to look at? Well, kind of. For 116,000 of the Mysterium, providing you can get that, because that's another thing. It could be less for others, but I don't think it is. I think everyone can access it in some regard. 40,000 6-star shards, 12,000 5-star relic shards, 1,560 tier 5 basic alloy. There's another L in alloy because I can spell and do things quickly, it seems. 40 times 6-star signature stones, 2 tier 6 basics, 2 tier 3 alphas. Not too bad, not too brilliant, but that's a 6-star shard scenario. And of course, I feel sorry for Paragon players who weren't able to access 7-star shards. This is why Kabam want you to be Valiant. 4 times tier 5. Oh, by the way, this is a relics and rank up scenario for Paragon players. 4 times tier 5 CC, 2 times tier 2 class alloy, 4 times tier 1 class alloy, 12,000 5-star relic shards, 1,560 tier 2 basic alloy fragments, 20,000 6-star shards, 5,600 tier 3 basic alloy, 8 times tier 5 basics, 16 times tier 2 alpha, 120 tier 6 ISO, 6 million gold, and 1,400 tier 1 celestial fragments. So not too bad, depending on what you're looking to grab this month as a player. If you are Paragon, you may be happy, you may be disappointed with that one. It does leave some leftovers. There's potentially... yeah, okay, there's about 6,800 left over if you want. As I said, I'm not giving you full to 118,000 because I don't know if Kabam are going to, you know, if they're right, if I'm wrong, you know, I just don't know. As I said, the evidence is out there. It's just a bit difficult. It's kind of like a 100% pinpoint. So now on to Thronebreaker. Ending off the video with Thronebreaker, we have got 106,000 Mysterium spend, 270,000 tier 5 basics, which is 6 formed, 8 tier 2 alphas, 10,000 6-star shards, 40 6-star signature stones, 600 tier 2 basic alloys, 2,800 tier 3 basic alloy fragments, 16,875 tier 3 alpha fragments, and 21,375 tier 6 basic fragments. I think that's half or close to half. I'll go with close to half. If you want more meteor rank up options, then we've got a rank up and relic shard scenario. I've not gone tons of scenarios. It's just a case of like, we go down a rabbit hole and by the end of it, it'd be like, well, Rich, I'm actually going in a different region, a different way with what I'm choosing. And what we're trying to provide in this video, this particular guide, is spending options as opposed to going, you have to do this, do it now, which is never the case. I never want you to kind of like think that's the way of going. Okay, we've got 2,000 5-star relic shards, 6,000 4-star relic shards, 8,000 3-star relic shards, 34,200 tier 6 basic fragments, which is that just over half or about that way. 27,000 tier 3 alpha fragments. I have to just like double check, to be honest, because I'm a bit unsure about that. But at least gives you a bit of perspective and idea with this. So, oh God, just clicked the wrong button. Tier 6 basic. Yeah, so 57,000. So that's just over half. That's just over halfway for the tier 6 basics and tier 3 alpha. I'm checking in game. It is. Yeah, it's just about half for that one. So at least gives you a bit of perspective. But yeah, good luck everybody in whatever you decide to choose from the Traders Outpost. But do bear in mind about the limit reset and spending accordingly. Spending well, but also, and as we've kind of like showcased in this video, is spending on what you see fit. What I've provided, and you can check out the spreadsheet, is the ideas. Like for me personally, as a Valiant player, I'm going to be going down the route of this. So that is buying 2 of the bundle 4s, which, you know, 16,000, 8,000. Getting this, basically, in a nutshell, getting this. The 60,000 6-star shards, handy for 6-star features. I want some more of those champions. 4,000 7-star shards. I need more 7-stars in my roster, and 144 6-star signature stones, which is great. Again, I need more signatures on some of those 6 stars, and of course, you know, tier 3, 5 tier 3 alpha and 5 tier 6 basics, fantastic. So is some of the other things listed here from the rank up and relics option. It's just the case, obviously, that is where I'm going to go with stuff. And again, in this video, it's too longer than I wanted to. Check out some other content located on screen. Have a lovely day. Check out the spreadsheet, and bye-bye for now. Bye.